Good afternoon, everyone. How are you all, my dear students? I hope you all are fine and safe at home. I'm your teacher, Khushbu Miss, taking English and grammar. So, my dear students, in previous lecture we learned grammar lesson number 6, and today we will learn grammar lesson number 7, articles. So, as you all know, before starting our today's session, I would like to tell you one thought. Let's see what is the thought. Be smart. Be smart. So, what is the meaning of smart here? What is the full form of smart here? Let's see. S. Say please and thank you. S. Say please and thank you. M. Make friends and be thoughtful. Make friends and be thoughtful. A. Arrive on time, prepared and ready to learn. Arrive on time, prepared and ready to learn. R. Respect yourself and others. R. Respect yourself and others. T. Try your best. T. Try your best. So, this is the full form of SMART. Say please and thank you. Make friends and be thoughtful. Arrive on time, prepared and ready to learn. Respect yourself and others. Try your best. So, always be smart. Okay? So, let's begin with our today's session. That is articles. What is the name of the chapter? Articles. Now, let's see which articles. Article A and the. A and the. Now, let's see. There are two kinds of articles. How many kinds of articles are there? There are two kinds of articles. Number one, definite articles, that is the. Number one, definite articles, the. Number two, indefinite articles, A and. How many types of articles are there? There are two kinds of articles. There are two kinds of articles. Number one, definite article. Number two, indefinite article. Definite article, the. Indefinite article, a or an. Now, let's see rules of article. Rule number one, when an object is being introduced for the first time, we use an indefinite article, that is a or an before it. When an object is being introduced for the first time, we use an indefinite article, that is a or an before it, means before the spelling. After the object has been introduced, we then use a definite article, the, to talk about it. After the object has been introduced, we then use a definite article, the, to talk about it. Now let me give you example. This is an apple. This is an apple. So, which article I used? An. Right? The apple is red. So, when second time I am talking about apple, I used the. First time I used an. Second time I used the. This is an apple. The apple is red. So, when an object is being introduced for the first time, we use an indefinite article, a or an before it. After the object has been introduced, we then use a definite article, the, to talk about it. Now, definite article. Let's see example wise. Okay, definite article the. What is the use of it? With the names of rivers, seas, groups of islands, states, mountain ranges, deserts, oceans, canals, directions. All these things we can use definite article. With the names of rivers, seas, groups of islands, states, mountain ranges, deserts, oceans, canals, directions, etc. Now let's see examples. The Daugwa, that is the name of a river. So before the name of river, we have to use definite article the. The Black Sea, name of a sea. The Black Sea. The Bahamas, name of island. The USA, name of state. The Alps, name of a mountain range. The Sahara Desert, name of a desert. The Atlantic, name of ocean. The north, south, east, west, name of directions. You can see here rivers, seas, groups of islands, all the things. So before that we have to use definite article, that is the. The names or nouns with of. The names or nouns with of. Let's see example. The Tower of London. When you are using of, of, single f, when you are using of, then we have to use the. The Tower of London. The Tower of London. The Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty. Then musical instruments, dances. When we are talking about any type of dance or any musical instrument, we have to use the. The piano. Piano is a musical instrument. The tango. Tango is the type of a dance. With the titles. When we are giving any kind of title to someone. The queen. The prince. But not with Queen Victoria. We cannot say the Queen Victoria, only Queen Victoria. Okay. With the titles, the queen, the prince. Then with the name of cinemas, theaters, hotels, museums, newspapers, magazines, ships. With the names of cinemas, theaters, hotels, museums, newspapers, magazines, and ships. The Rex, the Sheraton, the Prado, the Guardian. All are names of cinemas, theaters, hotels, museums, etc. Okay? With decades or groups of years. With decades or groups of years. She grew up in the 70s. She grew up in the 70s. So this is the use of definite article the, and all these are examples. Now see here. The sun is very hot today. The sun is very hot today. The Statue of Liberty is very large. The Statue of Liberty is very large. The Eiffel Tower is beautiful. The Eiffel Tower is beautiful. Now, there are two indefinite articles. First, we talked about definite articles. Now, we will see indefinite articles. There are two, a, n. So, when we can use a or when we can use n? Vowels. Before the vowels, we can use n. Let's see the rule number 2. When the object we are talking about starts with a vowel, that is A, E, I, O, U. When the object we are talking about starts with a vowel, for example, ant, octopus, elephant. Ant, octopus, elephant. We use an when the object does not start with a vowel. When we will use a? We use a when the object does not start with a vowel. For example, dog, bunny, girl, we use a with consonant. Now, indefinite articles a or an, let's see use and examples and extra notes. To refer to something for the first time. When you are introducing anything for the first time, you have to use indefinite article. An elephant and a mouse fell in love. An elephant and a mouse fell in love. Would you like a drink? Would you like a drink? I have finally got a good job. I have finally got a good job. You can see here, I have put it in bold letters, dark letters. Now notes. Yesterday I met a boy near my house. The boy wanted to communicate with me. See here, when first time we are introducing, we will use indefinite article, that is a, but when second time we are talking about the same object, we will use the. Before this I already explained, when we are introducing any object for the first time, we will use a or an, and when second time we are talking about the same object, we will use the. Here first time we are talking about boy, so I put a boy, but second time we are talking about the same boy, I put the boy. Okay, let's see use number 2, meaning one referring to a single object or person. Meaning one referring to a single object or a person. Let's see the example. I would like an orange and 2 lemons, please. I would like an orange. Here an orange means only one orange. I would like an orange means only one orange and 2 lemons, please. Notice also that we usually say 100, 1,000, a million, that we use one to add emphasis or to contrast with other numbers. I don't know one person who likes eating elephant meat. We have got 6 computers but only one printer. So here we will not use a or an. Why we will not use that I will tell you later. With names of jobs. With names of jobs. John is a doctor. Mary is training to be an engineer. He wants to be a dancer. Let me talk about myself. I am a teacher. You can say Khushbu Miss is a teacher. Right? With nationalities and religions. With nationalities and religions. John is an Englishman. John is an Englishman. Cat is a Catholic. Cat is a Catholic. I am an Indian. I can say like that, right? I am an Indian. Now let's move to the next. That is indefinite articles a and an. Use a and an when the noun is indefinite and singular. The rule is a singular noun beginning with a consonant, a boy, when words begins with a consonant, boy. An singular noun beginning with a vowel, an elephant. When we can use an when spelling begins with vowel, a, e, I, o, u. A singular noun beginning with a consonant sound, a user sounds like yourself. Begins with a consonant Y sound, so A is used. When sound is like a consonant, it is user, but the sound is like Y. Spelling starts with a vowel, but pronunciation starts with Y, so we will put A. A user. We will not say an user, we will say a user. Okay. Some plural noun, some girls. If the noun has an adjective, follow the same rules, but use the first letter or a sound of the adjective. A broken egg. A broken egg. Here E starts with, here the spelling starts with E. It is the vowel, but we have to see the first letter. So first is B. It is a consonant, so we will use A. A broken egg. An unusual problem. An unusual problem. Here the spelling starts with U, with the vowel, so we will put N. A European country. A European country. Now again might you are having a question that this spelling starts with vowel. So why teacher has put A? But let's see the description. Sounds like European means the spelling starts with E but the sound starts with Y. We are not saying E-European. Yeah, we are not saying E-European, we are saying European. So it starts with Y. So when pronunciation is starts with a consonant letter, we will put article A. Okay. So rule number 3, when the object we are talking about is unique. When the object we are talking about is unique means it's different, it's only of one kind, we always use the definite article the. When the object we are talking about is unique, we always use the definite article the. Example, the Prime Minister of Japan is a very good public speaker. The Prime Minister of Japan is a very good public speaker. We can say the India because India is only one country. There isn't any country with the name of India, right? So, when any one thing is present in the world, it is the unique thing, so we will put the before it. The sun, the moon, the earth. Okay? Now, story time. So, let's see story. I saw a cat. I saw a cat. See, here we are introducing a cat first time, so we will use A. The cat was sitting on a fence. So here we are talking second time about cat, so we will use the, and about the fence first time, so A. The fence was painted brown. Now we started to talk about the fence again, so we will use the. The cat jumped off. Here we are talking about a cat again, so we will use the. The fence when it saw a mouse. Again we are talking about fence, so we will use the. And here we are talking about a mouse for the first time, so we will use A. The mouse ran into a hole. So here we are talking about mouse second time, so we will use the. And for the hole we are talking first time, so we will use a. A hole when it saw the cat. So the cat didn't catch the mouse. Later that day, an owl ate the mouse. See, here we are talking first time about the owl, so we will use an. So I hope, my dear students, from this story you understood the use of article. Let me repeat it again. When we are talking about any object, when we are talking about any object for the first time, remember, when we are talking about any object for the first time, we will put article A or N. When we are talking about any object for the first time, we will use article A or N. But when we are repeating about that topic, about that object, when we are talking second time, we will use the. We will use the. Now let's see. I saw a cat. I saw a cat. The cat was sitting on a fence. The cat was sitting on a fence. The fence was painted brown. The fence was painted brown. The cat jumped off the fence when it saw a mouse. The cat jumped off the fence when it saw a mouse. The mouse ran into a hole when it saw the cat. So the cat didn't catch the mouse. Later that day, an owl ate the mouse. Now, let's see where we cannot use articles. No article. When we cannot use articles. This is the note. Remember. Do not use an article with countries. Do not use an article with countries, states, countries or provinces, lakes and mountains, except when the country is a collection of states such as the United States. He lives in Washington near Mount Rainier. He lives in Washington near Mount Rainier. Now, this is the image of your textbook. This is the image of your textbook. So, let's see now articles according to your textbook wise. Lesson number 7, articles. Lesson number 7, articles. I ate an apple. I ate an apple. Seema drew a beautiful picture. Seema drew a beautiful picture. We use a or an when we come across a person, place, animal or thing for the first time. As I told you before, we use a or an when we come across a person, place, animal or thing for the first time. We use a before they begin with a consonant sound and an before words that begin with a vowel sound. That already we discussed. We use a before that begin with a consonant sound and an before words that begin with a vowel sound. For example, an ice cream, an ice cream, an orange, an orange, a cone, a square, a square. A and an are called indefinite articles. A and an are called indefinite articles. Now read these phrases. The Ramayana, the earth, the sun. We use the before words we become familiar with. Means when we are talking it about second time. We also use the before specific nouns which are only one of their kind. Means a unique thing. Only one thing is there. The is called a definite article. What is the called? The is called a definite article. Now let's see here a note is given. We say a 1 rupee coin. We say a 1 rupee coin. Why? See, one spelling starts with O. It is a vowel. But let's see why. Because 1 rupee is pronounced with the consonant W. 1 rupee is pronounced with the consonant W. The spelling is O-N-E. We are not saying on rupee. We are saying 1 rupee, right? Are you saying on rupee? No, we are saying 1 rupee. So pronunciation starts with W and W is a consonant. So we will put A. Similarly, we say an hour. Similarly, we say an hour. Why? H is a consonant letter. right? So we should put a, but we are using an hour because h in hour is silent. The word begin with the vowel sound o, right? We do not use a or an before uncountable nouns. We do not use a or an before uncountable nouns. So, this is the first page of your grammar textbook of lesson number 7. This is the first page, half one and half. Okay. So, let's see summary of our today's session. We started our today's session with a beautiful thought, that is how to be smart. We learn the full form of SMART. Then we go through the chapter of articles explanation. Then we learn two types of articles, that is definite articles and indefinite articles. That is definite articles and indefinite articles. Definite article the, indefinite article a or an. Then we see rules, rule number 1. Then we have seen definite article, use of definite article and examples of that. Then we have seen few examples. Then we have seen there are two indefinite articles, that is a and n. Then we have seen use of a and n vowels a, e, I, o, u. Then we have seen use of indefinite articles and examples of indefinite articles. Then we have seen notes about that how to use indefinite articles a and n. Then we have seen rule number 3, when you can use the. Then we have seen a story. From that you can learn easily how to use articles, that is indefinite article and definite article both. How can you use that, we have learned from this story. Then we learn that when we cannot use articles, right? Then we have seen first page of your grammar textbook of lesson number 7.